say Jeff and Red Wings front row as we are underway for race number 3 of 11 of the NASCAR Chat Series, and Jeff gets off to a good start and just absolute chaos off the start. Already 3 wide in some places. And away we go. Now, I did say I thought they were going to be a little bit more racy here at Talladega. We kept the aggression levels, or actually, I think the smoothness levels of the AI up there for where we had it at Homestead and not Daytona. The unfortunate part is they're still going to do that thing where they take the lead and drop down to the bottom. Well, that 3-car was an absolute tank in qualifying for the majority of it, but it actually just gets beat to the line by Squid, who's going to lead lap 1. Woo. Did not like that with the 71. 71 was seemingly very loose as we have 2 very distinct packs here on lap 2. Oh no. Me and Austin are trying to make a 3rd line on the top, and for the moment we have it. Had a hell of a run, but then Austin just abandoned me. So 3 wide in the corner. 4-car going to pull back in behind as Red Wings out of turn 4 here on lap 2. Push from the top lane in Smee just yet. 71 through lap 2. Evo is at the tail end of this lead pack. And again, it'll be 60 lap stage 1, 60 lap stage 2, and then 68 to the finish. We really are breaking up here. Oh, and not great to see for Dollar$. He's going to get put in what DW would call the old sucker hole and just get sucked right on back to the back of this pack. But hey, a good showing for the turd herders so far. It's up front. My driver doesn't want to do another race sponsored by Depends. And by the way, that phone number is a real septic company. Now, the decal on the back, I think I just got... the design of that paint scheme was quite literally... I think it was... I just Googled funny septic truck designs, and I compiled a good chunk of them. So there is really a septic truck out there that has the Turd Herder logo on it. Top of the field is Smee. Not what we want to see. A very sad, unsponsored 316 car on the outside because Trading Paints does not want to cooperate. The 71 that has looked racy much of the early going here, back to the outside, trying to get the lead back. No help behind. So the top pack consists of 14 cars, and those others are just kind of... I don't know if they're racing too hard. I don't know if this is another Daytona scenario or what it is. I did not like that move from Pat to the bottom at all, but it does work out right in front of Austin, who must be absolutely terrified that his car is up front. I don't know about TV Cam 3. That might be a little bit too zoomed out. So let's go back and take a look at 15th place, which is Travis Pastrana, who is leading this secondary group with Caleb right in behind. Ash in there, Evo on the outside. I thought Evo was with that lead group. Maybe he was and fell back. Unsure. You will not be able to make it to the end of any stage today without a pit stop. I'm not really quite sure what a fuel run at Talladega is going to be here, but it's probably going to be about, it's not going to be 40 laps. And if it's, say, 35, then, I mean, that could make Stage 3 really interesting with those 8 extra laps there at the end of the race. Now, Pastrana, of course, our Homestead winner, is back at the front of the field. The 4 car was in the lead for a moment. Austin not here with us today yet, but again, would be very disappointed to see that beautiful McLaren scheme up front. So again, this is race number 3. The next race we will do for the NASCAR Chat Series. Ooh, 71 in the 3 car. A little aggressive there on the pushing. That got a little scary, as this top part of the top group is a little bit broken up. That is chat-only cars. That does include cars like mine and Smee's, but all of the IRL drivers not involved in that race. Well, Austin 316 ain't on the hood, but yeah, hell yeah. For Squid being out front for the moment. And I mean, you look at what we have for the top 10 right now is Ricky Bobby. We have to go take a look at this. Ricky Bobby way off the pace. Trying to look for damage to this car. I don't see any. I think he's just lost the draft and is just doing what he can. Maybe an onboard will kind of give us a little bit of a better idea. He's in 5th, but running very, very slow. So not good for the 62. And I mean, he in the time that we've been on this car, he's lost 4 more seconds to the leader. Well, not the results you would expect from Ricky Bobby at Talladega. Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Jr. is also kind of off that backpack, I think, a little bit, but I don't know if he's too far back yet. Let's look out his windshield. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he is in big-time trouble. Any of those cars, I mean, they're going to get lapped, and it's only a matter of time. There's not really anything you can do about it. So we come across the complete lap 10. Squid and Kuzmic at the line. It'll be the 33 that leads the 10th lap of 188 today. And again, lead group has lost a few cars. I think Terry Labonte has also lost that secondary pack. But, I mean, we have seen a lot of moves, certainly. I mean, I don't know if anybody's led back-to-back laps so far, and if it has happened, it's probably been by dumb luck. But for everyone in that secondary group, they just need to stay on the lead lap until pit stops. I mean, obviously they're losing a lot of ground right now, but I mean, I don't know if they're going to be able to stay on the lead lap all the way up until the end of the stage. It's actually now only the top 11, and then we head back to a 4-car pack, which worked so well at Daytona. You know, those couple car breakaways. I don't think we're going to see that here today. Dundee, Pastrana, who was leading that secondary group. I don't know if they're making up time or losing it. Also, Brad Keselowski and Rick Mast. The 48 and the 60 feel like they're on a mission, though. So what's going on back here? I mean, we're running pretty decent, but this could be a Daytona situation where, I mean, there's just a little bit too much racing going on. Jordo does lead this secondary group. Not a lot of movement going on right now. And that's the way we need to keep it. Now, they're not losing a ton of time per lap. But, I mean, with a 60-lap stage, you just never know. Whoa, Caleb tried to go to the inside of Juan Pablo Montoya there. That got really scary. And so much for Rick Mast and Keselowski. They're going to cause a problem for this group. Oh, man, glad we were back here, I guess. That just leaves Jordo all alone. The speed difference between the large pack and the two cars side by side caused a really scary problem. Make it through without incident. We are incident-free here on lap 14. Will we stay that way throughout the entire race? Hard to say. And especially at Dega, where tire wear is more of a deal than it is at Daytona. Not a bunch, but slightly. Maybe these cars are going to start to handle like shit as this race does go on. But a lot more racing room at Dega than there was at Daytona. You know, at Daytona, we saw a lot of cars get squeezed into the outside wall, coming out of turn 4, coming out of turn 2. If you can't figure out a way to navigate Talladega and not do that to somebody, you're going to be in a world of hurt. Now, the good news is, all of these cars like to run the bottom. Even out of the corners, as you should. Back up to the front of the field, and the 9 car of Lucas is your leader, and these guys just caught Ricky Bobby, the 62, who was very slow. And that breaks up this top pack for the moment. They're going to want to ditch that 62 car as quickly as possible because that's just an anchor. Although, maybe they're going to pick him up. Could add some strength to this top pack. You never know. Top 2 in points are in this lead group. Pat, not super surprisingly, is your points leader entering this race, even after a bad finish at the end of the day at Homestead. But he did pick up that stage 1 win, which gave him enough points to hold that. And it's actually Yolgaber in the 56 who's in second in points, which is the big surprise because his finishes have been terrible much of the year. Actually, I think they've been fine, but it is just all stage points. He has so many stage points coming into this race. If I remember correctly, 5th. Well, me and Smee side by side for the lead at Talladega. What could go wrong? For the moment, nothing, but the 23 car is out in front. And we are not too far away from catching some of those other slow cars. I want to say Dale Earnhardt Jr. is next up on the radar, and it certainly looks like it. They might catch him in the middle of the corner, which would be terrifying. Catch Dale Jr. this time around, but we might be able to get him as we come up to turn 2. Ricky Bobby at the point, not your leader. For the moment, he does have his lap back, technically. Smee fighting back on the inside. Smee will lead the lap, and yeah, there's the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Really slow right in front of the field. And I think I'm the one that's going to get screwed by it. Sure am. The entire top line will freight train around and just completely dismantle this front pack. But yet again, we do get through that without incident. The 4-car of Austin is your leader at the moment. Pat pushed by Red Wings, and now Smee will join the party. Coming back on the outside. I wish there was a way to get these cars to race and actually hold 2 lines and not just drop down to the bottom every time, as it's about to happen again. Slow car of Terry Labonte, but we are at least mostly single file. I might be screwed again. I can find my way up, and no. Ooh. I don't know who that was, looking real dancy to try and get around. But yet again, picked off by a lap car as Red Wings continues to lead here on lap 20. This is true. Well, an unsponsored squid with Pat in tow will make a move to the outside. And for those cars that got picked off by the lappers, those cars being side by side is about the best thing we can see. Pat dipped back in line. And here we go again. Well, apparently it's a good day to drive a red car. Red Wings and Smee have been, I would say, your primary leaders of this thing. For everybody involved that your 1 and 2 in points are sitting top 10 still. 21 laps in. Well, let's head on back to the back of the pack, see what's going on here. I mean, there's cars 4 wide back there. At least for a moment, it looked like they were. I mean, no wonder this group is not getting a great run. Big oof. Long way to go. And of course, I'm sure I don't need to remind you, there are 2 chat cautions available throughout this race. But I would use them wisely, to say the least. Definitely wouldn't think about using them this early. Strategically, it'd make all the sense in the world to wait and see if you can get to pit stops, maybe make up some ground, pit with the people that you need to pit with, or wait till the very moment that you're about to go a lap down. That would make the most sense, but there's only 2. It can only save you twice. For the All-Star race, by the way, those are going to be probably a lot cheaper than they generally are. We want max chaos for that one, because North Wilkesboro and the AI, that ain't gonna be enough chaos for us. Well, Austin is your leader. There are 3 cars a lap down, and it is all because they lost the draft. Bobby used the first car lapped out. Important to note, Lucky Dogs wave arounds enabled for this one. And, oh, by the way, I never even mentioned it. If your car does get into an incident, each car in the field does have one fast repair for today. Just because I didn't see any chaos in testing doesn't mean there won't be any. Chevrolet 1 and 2 for the moment. Split up about a lap down forward. Back Chevy owning the top 10 for the moment. I do now, by the way, have the ability to keep track of most laps led thanks to the auto stage lap. So from this race going forward, leading most laps, I think, is, what, 5 bonus points or something like that? We can actually do that. I wanted to do it from the start, just didn't happen. For whatever reason for Daytona, it did not keep track, but I could probably figure it out. That is funny down there. Yeah, if you look at the ticker right now, Bobby Labonte. Dale Earnhardt Jr. coming up 33rd for the moment. Watching from a big screen, oh no. Just because I try to make this look like a NASCAR broadcast doesn't mean that you should watch it on the biggest TV you can find. I remember Austin sent me a picture. He was dog sitting once, and the people he was dog sitting for had like this massive, like 80-inch TV in their living room, and he was watching. He was watching my stream on the TV, and I was like, "Wow, that's a really weird sight to see." I have watched my own VODs on my TV, though. It's a pretty rare occurrence, but I have done it. We have 33 to go in stage number 1. Every stream? How do you chat? I know you can chat on, like, watching on a TV, but I feel like that's a big pain in the ass. Well, we have a bit of a 5-car breakaway for the moment. They're not all that organized, though, as this is starting to resemble a bit of an older Talladega race. Way back in the day. It's going to be rough to try and pass on the outside right now, especially with no help. So Red Wings made that move to the outside. I don't think that was a good call, but he's able to slide back down in third. I've been thinking about moving to DisplayPort cables. At least for my PC and all that. I mean, my fucking GPU's got, I don't even know how many. Might as well use them. Not like I ever use my monitors in a 2-monitor setup, but... It's a bot. I was just gonna let it go. I pretty much let the bots, the first mod that gets to him, pretty much ban him at this point. Given that Austin loves to do it, and Pat has started telling the bots to eat shit as well. Well, the 5-car breakaway is actually, I mean, only 4 of these really matter for position, and now Ricky Bobby is potentially losing that, which is going to be a terrible thing for him because he needs to stay with this lead group for as long as he can, give himself the best chance at getting that lucky dog when the first caution, whether it be for an incident or a stage break, does fly. He does have help from behind, but that's another car in there behind Squid's white one. Terry Labonte, who's making a move to the outside right now. That's a race for the lucky dog right back there. Well, of course, let's go back and... Oh, wow. All right, so we got a couple cars trying to break away here. A couple of Spartans teaming up together. Caleb and Jordo trying to break away, as well as Ash and Gundy. I mean, this could work as long as these cars stay like this. If they stay nose to tail like this, yeah, you're probably going to make up time and you're going to be okay. But once they get all 4 of them together like this and we start trying to race side by side, that's where this is going to go wrong. Can't be trying to pass. Passing back here will do nothing for you. But I do like this group's chances to stay on the lead lap a lot more than anyone else. Even though they can't stop trying to pass each other. And I mean, we're looking at 12th through 15th here. I mean, these are cars in good position, but they're just nowhere to be found in the grand scheme of things as Jordo leaves Ash out to dry. Back up at the top, it's now a 2-car breakaway. Well, that's not what we want to see. As soon as Austin tries to make a move around Red Wings, this is all going to come crashing down. Because we saw it at Daytona where as soon as that happened, they just got stuck side by side and they never really got back to nose to tail like they need to be if they're really going to try and make this work. But hey, we gotta say, good performance so far out of the turd herder. Maybe the poop car is good luck. Remember, all it takes is a top 20 finish for my car during a race, and I get to run whatever the hell I want for the next one, which for the chat-only all-star race is a Dick Trickle throwback, because why not? Well, we're out of coffee. That's not good. I would imagine pit stops are closing in. Nobody's made a move to the pit lane yet. And I mean, depending on your stop, it could be a real shakeup. Now, I'm not expecting any of those cars from the back of the pack that are, I don't even know, 15 seconds, probably a little bit more back now. Wouldn't expect them to jump up all of a sudden into contention. Yeah, they're almost 30 seconds behind most of them, so not too hopeful on that front. Oh boy. Watch out, we got Keselowski, Mark Martin, Carl Edwards. This could make some things interesting, as these cars are going to try and fight to stay on the lead lap. I wonder if there were pit stops. Or maybe they were just that slow. I'm not seeing any. Well, your top 2 are stuck in behind 3 lapped cars at the moment. 71 trying to fight through, get a buffer on the rest, but he might actually get screwed here, being up on the outside Austin's going to give a shove to Carl Edwards and hope to get that inside lane going. For the moment, no avail. 71 does have help behind with Mark Martin. And I mean, that car, we do have pit stops, yes. Yes, a good chunk of cars are coming down pit lane. Pastrana, Terry Labonte, Ricky Bobby, Smee has pitted. Gundy, Travis Pastrana, Mazepin, Rowdy Burns. So we'll see. I mean, everybody should be coming down. And now we know. Now, that does tell me that as long as you don't completely goof up your pit strategy in stage 2, as it looks like Austin is coming down the pit lane. Yes, he is. Red Wings will lead all by himself for the moment. That does tell me that as long as you don't completely goof up in stage 2, that you can one-stop stage 3. Unless you have to pit really early in stage 3, you're going to be fine on one stop. Now, I cannot imagine this is going to be super beneficial for Red Wings. But it also might not hurt him. We'll see how things cycle back around here. He is getting caught by Lucas and Kuzmic. And look at this. Everybody's back up in the mix right now. That breakaway went nowhere. Red Wings to the pit lane. Lucas stays out. He'll lead yet another lap in this race. Red Wings style assign myself, Yo Gamer, all to the pit lane. Evo's cracked the top 10 in all of this pit strategy, but that won't probably stick as we move along. Ash and Evo appear to be racing at least close to each other. Well, they were. Evo has stayed out yet another lap. That I don't know is a very good idea. There is nobody to help you out here. Maybe Evo's just trying to lead a lap. I don't know what the plan is. The 9, the 33 to the pit lane, the 55, which, unless Evo doesn't come in this lap, he will inherit the lead. And he might even lead a lap depending on where the pit boxes are. Through 3 and 4. He's just got no help, but I mean you can't run fast that way. I don't know about the pit strategy for the 24. So Lucas has actually already exited the pit lane. That felt like a quick stop, which to me says that there's probably going to be pit stops at the end of this stage. I would think so. Yep, anywhere from 35 to 40. Even if you pit on lap 35 of stage 3, it'll be close, but you'll have enough to get to the end of the race. Now, it still says Lucas is in the pit lane. I'm not really sure why. We're looking at him right now. There is that. I mean, wait. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's in the pit lane now. Maybe we're not live. That would be relatively strange, but I suppose it's possible. No, we're live. I don't know what that was all about. So we're looking at the 33 of D. Kuzmic, who's going to inherit the lead. Red Wings is about little under 2.5 seconds behind, but closing in quickly. And the turn herder's with him, too. In fact, really 2 through 7, I would say, are probably in a spot where they're going to pack up back together again. Yeah, I don't get what your car's strategy was. But now sitting with 20 laps to go on the stage, it's just fight to... Oh, boy. Look at the 33. Freight train. Just stay on the lead lap and hope that there's some chaos that happens in the stage break caution. So now it'll be $. Red Wings makes it 3 wide for the lead. Yee. I would think so as long as you have help. If you have anybody with you, I think you're going to be okay, and you do. Why does it feel like it has gotten really dark here at Talladega? Maybe just cloudy on the back straightaway because it's bright in 3 and 4. 36 just had a little bit of contact with the apron. Saw some sparks fly. Squid and Yo Gamer, 3 seconds back and dropping. Pat is 6 seconds back. Cars a lap down in this race. Mark Martin, Nikita Mazepin, Rowdy Burns, Carl Edwards, Brad Keselowski, Ricky Bobby, Terry Labonte, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Take a look at the next car that would be threatening to go a lap down. That is Jacques Villeneuve. In 25th place. He is 48 seconds off the lead. And I want to say they're on his tail. Yeah. $sign and myself closing in. So that'll be another car put a lap down. Just losing the draft. And the speed difference, even with just 2 cars hooked up there, is just way too much. I would imagine it does. Hell, I remember doing a very slight bit of gaming on my GTX 1060 back with my Alienware. And then, even my graphics card is still ancient, the 1080 Ti. But, even that is just such a big jump up. The card still holds up. I'm going to hold on to that thing for as long as I can. I don't need no rays traced. Getting down to it here in stage number 1. I'm thinking that if I'm some of those lap down cars, I bank on trying to get a wave around. I feel like that has to be the strategy, even if it does screw you a little bit in stage 2. I really don't know what else there is that you could even possibly try. There's so many cars a lap down. I feel like at least some of them are going to try it. And I said during that first pit stop, it felt like some of those were quick. They didn't feel like full fuel. So, very distinct possibility that we see everybody come down. And I mean, well, I guess, so we got to think about it here. Everyone pitted on lap 35 to 40, I think. I mean, you're already down to about 15 laps of fuel, 15 to 20 laps of fuel right there. So, good chance that you might have to pit twice if you don't come down pit road. Well, I would say I feel a little bit bad that my car is up in front, but I've really had a couple shitter races, no pun intended, with the sponsor here today, but have not had some good showings. The debut of the 13 car was real rough. I got Travis Pastrana. Beautiful hot and now skiing. We might. Let me see if this works. That should be accurate on the link. If it's not, I will have to fix that one too. Well, another bit of a two-car breakaway, myself and $. Might be looking at the race for stage 1 unless $. Tries something. I actually may have had a good finish at Daytona. I don't really remember, but my car was never really that much of a factor. All the good-looking cars that I did make ahead of this season, or you know, just after Daytona, was really when I started messing around with Paint Builder. This car is the one that's gonna actually lead laps? Naturally. If I do not hold on to a top 20 finish here today, the 21st to 32nd, if I finish in those positions scheme, is the Kmart car. Just because we gotta try and get them all in. I made a shit ton. And then, of course, finish last unsponsored for the All-Star race, which is not what I want to do, but you never know. Yeah, something tells me that the race in the mid-pack is probably more exciting than what we're watching up here, and it definitely is. Even leading this group at the moment features Lucas. Caleb in here as well. Jordo. Then some IRL drivers, Deegan, Labonte. Actually, both Labonis in this group, even though Terry Labonte 1 lap down in 32nd. Well, you see what I mean when it comes to Bobby Labonte's car. This scheme, at least the old version, not the modernized forward number version, and the Tony Stewart scheme ran at the exact same time during, I mean, I guess the first heyday of Joe Gibbs Racing. Terry, what are you doing? Terry just left his brother out to dry. What are we doing back here? And then back through the field, let's go check on Ricky Bobby, who's on? No, he is not on the lead lap. Who is the first car 1 lap down? Travis Pastrana, who is right behind me. He actually just got lapped. Oh my goodness. Me and $. broke it away almost 12 seconds. Which tells me that I wonder if we're going to have a bit of a race here before the end of this stage. I mean, this is a big group. There's some lap down cars mixed in here. Whoa. I don't know what that was out of the 4, but I didn't like it. We are so close to a caution-free stage at Talladega. I'd be ashamed to fuck it all up now. Well, one thing catching Pastrana did do is break up me and $. enough for $. to get by. Tony Stewart, Natalie Decker have also been put a lap down. Need a top 10, please caution. Caution would probably put that in more jeopardy than help you at this point. Bunch everybody back up again. Rick Mast, Will Power going to be in danger of going a lap down here shortly. And with still 8 to go in the stage, I would say that's a certainty. 20 of 33 cars are on the lead lap at Talladega. Whoa, the 36 into the apron again. And then darts up as we try and get by Rick Mast. Dale Earnhardt Jr. about to lose his second lap of the race unless they can block off the 2 leaders, which successfully for the moment they have, which could bring the other guys back into this equation. Got cars running out here real slow. Jeff's making up a good chunk of time here, but we get this figured out now. No, they're still catching us. Will Power and Dale Jr. are just that slow. Everybody inside the top 10, 3rd through 10th, is closing in. They gained about 2 seconds in the last lap. And this is the kind of chaos that those cars needed. I don't know if it's enough time, especially because Dale Jr. is the only one left in front of us now. And if we're able to get around Dale successfully, I mean, he's dropping the anchor. He definitely is. He's still slowing us up, but not enough to actually try and catch us. And actually, Jeff, oh yeah. They ran into Tony Stewart and Natalie Decker, broke up their run. Took away a little bit of the work that they did to try and make this a race before the end of the stage. I would think so. I would think so. Dale Jr. is actually probably helping us now at the front of the field. I think the stage break pit strategy could certainly throw a wrench into things, although I have no idea why anyone would stay out. Unless you're a lap down as just a Hail Mary. Push it as far as you can, hope for the best, hope you can make it to the end of the stage. Catching up to Terry Labonte. Dale Jr. has successfully stayed only 1 lap down for the moment, but I'm going to screw him. But Dale will actually drop down in front of the 36. We have 4 laps to go in the opening stage. I'm just gonna pass everybody, I guess? Why the hell would I do that? Now, if 3rd and 4th, actually, really the top 10 is all within or 3rd through 10th is all within a second of each other again. They're making up time with all of this racing going on now with these 2 leaders and 3 lap cars. They're making up ground. Best thing they could see is that this group stays together. Got that DEI plate. But they have definitely made up time. They continue to make up time, but with 2.5 laps to go on the stage, I just don't know if it's enough time. They're making up a lot of ground, though. Inside of 6 seconds, oh boy. Now we got 2 by 2 with these 4. They just made up half a second in 1 turn. This could be a bit of a catastrophe. Although, did they get picked off again? No? Well, kind of. Yeah, Pat's going to run right into the back of Rick Mast. That might put an end to the hopes of any decent race for the end of the stage. So it looks like it's going to be Dollar Sign and myself. Battling it out here in this one. Although $sign's trying to break away. That's not good for the leaders either. Smee into third place. Dale Earnhardt Jr. 2 laps down now. I'm trying to make a pass. Successfully do, but I don't know if that's really the best call in the world. Well, $sign chill. No, he does not chill in behind me. This is the final lap of stage 1, and we're going for the stage win here. 4.5 seconds back, everybody else. And it's just Freight Train City right now. Into 3 and 4. Will I make a move to the outside? Carl Edwards has pitted. Oh my goodness, I think a good chunk of cars did. That's a call. Coming to the line for the stage 1 win will be B. $sign in the 36. It'll be a little bit before that stage caution does go. And there it goes. So your results for stage 1, $sign. Myself, Squid in 3rd, Jeff 4th, Pat in 5th, Austin 6th, then Smee, Kuzmik, Red Wings, or Yo Gamer in 9th, and then Red Wings in 10. That is an all chat top 10 in the stage. Well, here we come around to start stage 2 in a stage that I think promises to be chaotic. At least the top 7 did not pit under the stage break, and somebody didn't get going. I think Ash dropped the anchor again, but then again, that's probably the race. That's probably the race for the lead, is this group right back here. Because those top 7 cars that have broken away to start this stage, they're all going to have to pit. And not in 20 laps, probably about 10. Oh, well, they weren't back there for very long. Already trying to threaten as this top group is a little bit broken up. The way we started is how it goes now. Well, Jefe. Well, he'll get Freight Train before the line. Leading the lap is Squid in the 316. And this is the biggest pack we've had at the field all day. Look at the rocket that inside line just got shot out of. Squid didn't lead for long. Evo with a move to the middle. He'll be followed by Smee. Austin gonna pull up in front. Yo Gamer leads for the first time in a while, and look at the 43 on the outside. Where'd that car come from? Cars that have not been a factor all race long, all of stage 1, are up here in this lead group right now. Evo's up here, Ash is up here. Jeff, who fell back very early on. 43 out of shape in that top lane. But we survived for the moment. $sign, your stage 1 winner, led for a moment. Now, for the first time in a hot minute, it is Smee. And look at who's trying to take the lead on the outside. No familiar green and yellow scheme of the 46 of Ash. And unbelievably, Ash will come across the lead as we take lap 69. And this feels like a recipe for disaster, because you got a whole bunch of cars up here that don't have to pit early on in this stage, mixed in with a whole bunch of cars that do. Which could spell a little disaster for the cars that are up here in this group. As what's going on with Terry Labonte? Dropped the anchor. Lost the draft right off the start. I don't know what happened to him. He's 4 laps down now. Red Wings is going to take lap 70. Reminder yet again that stage 2 is also at 60 laps. So the cars that pitted in the stage break, great shape. Go till about lap 35-40. Cars that didn't, could be any time now. Unless they found, I would say the fountain of youth, but a fountain of fuel. Which I can't imagine they did. Me and Austin at the front of the field feels like a terrifying thing to actually have happen. Probably for the best that Austin is back in the lead. He's led a good chunk of laps today. It's Ash and Austin side by side. That's also not good. It's just a matter of when those cars that did not pit have to. I mean, obviously, you got to try and stretch it as long as you can. I just can't see them going past lap 75. Maybe lap 80, but before lap 80, they've got to come down pit road. Eagles car looked like it was going too fast for its own good there. Coming out of turn 4, and the first car has made the move as Jeff pits. So it's sooner rather than later, and that is going to spell certain doom for El Jefe. Evo up into second place again. And now going for the lead on Yo Gamer. And yet again, we got those two guys that are up there in front in the points. Pat and Yo Gamer back inside the top 10 as they were in the early stages of the race. I haven't seen that many cars try and make a move to the bottom of the track to try and come down the pit lane. I mean, my car's all the way up on the high side. Pat's going to make the move to the pits. Lucas does as well. Which, I mean, it does make sense. Some of the cars that did not come down the pit lane. And yes, Evo, you did lead a lap. How about that? 24 car at the point here at Talladega. Inside line tried to make a move, try and get something going. Not the case. Not yet. Well, 3 of those 7 or 8 cars have already come down the pit lane. Austin's making the move. Looks like I am too. I just cannot understand the strategy here. I am perplexed. I don't know what you gain out of that. We're going all the way to lap 120. These cars cannot make it that far. It's Evo and Yo Gamer breaking away by a second for the moment. Everyone in line back here, so they should be able to formulate a good chunk of the run. Take a look back a little bit further in the pack, back with all the lap cars. Seems like a pack that should run pretty decent, but isn't. And Bobby Labonte's back with them too. I do wonder if maybe Talladega and those split stats like that have really just not meshed well with the real drivers. I mean, it's pretty clear that all the chat cars are running together right now. All the IRL drivers are also running together. Two groups that have the same exact skills in each group just happen to find each other on track. Back up to the front. Like it was when we left them. A second lead over Caleb in third, Red Wings. A little over a second and a half to Ash and Jordo. Smee and D. Kuzmic inside of 2 seconds. No. And it didn't really do anything until the very end of that first stage where you noticed it. So it's either an incredible coincidence or maybe not exactly the perfect setup for a race. But, ooh, we got a challenge here now. Red Wings and Caleb back in the mix. As well as Ash, Jordo, and Smee. Running side by side again, that's not going to help anybody. Needs more laps. And all those cars that pitted are not formed up enough. As D. Kuzmic's now in the pit lane. Just going to make a check on him. It felt like a quick stop, so maybe just the ability to go a couple laps more, even though I just don't understand why you'd want to do that. This pack right here running full speed. I don't give Kuzmic much of a chance to stay on the lead lap. Or Lucas. So Ash leads. Lucas fresh out of the pit lane. Oh, Ash, what did Ash... Well, I guess Lucas isn't running that slow. It feels like a very bizarre decision to pick up the number 9, but... Oh, well, what you gonna do? So Yo Gamer coming around here on lap 78. Caleb challenging on the outside. And that move did not hurt Ash too much. She at least stays with this lead group. But there's old Terry Labonte. 4 laps down here in this race. Everybody please make the move up to the high side and get around him. Smee, you too. I think Jordo's going to be the one that gets screwed in that scenario. See if Terry Labonte can stick with this group for a while. Evo back around the outside for the lead in turn 3. Austin's going to get caught here shortly. Me and Austin. This is a race at Talladega, and we are looking at about 9 cars on the lead lap. Which is only going to get worse when those cars have to pit again in this stage. Smee, your leader. I do not understand it. We've seen some boneheaded pit strategy in these races before. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like that. Now watch it somehow miraculously work. That would be just incredible. Another check back in the field. Actually, Lucas a bad car to latch onto here. Tony Stewart, Jacques Villeneuve, Ricky Bobby, Bobby Labonte, and Rowdy Burns are there. And Mark Martin is actually leading the big group in the back of the field with all of the lap down shitters. Weird one. Biggest movers of this race so far. Evo up 27 spots. Ash up 28, sitting in 4th right now. And then in the wrong direction, Mazepin's lost 20 spots. I think that's the worst so far on the day. Well, and even a caution, I mean, doesn't help most of those cars at all right now. They've kind of stabilized, but they are so far back. I mean, almost an entire lap down that, I mean, what did you really gain? Maybe they're just begging for a caution in the midst of the on-strategy pit cycle. But I am not too confident in that coming because we are on lap 83 and have not seen an incident yet. Ash got a little out of shape, but everyone makes it through okay again. And Ash, your leader. Terry Labonte holding his own in the pack here. Let's see, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think these, 7 cars of this group are lead lap cars. Terry Labonte, not. Lucas, not. Let's go back and check on myself, Austin, Kuzmik, $, and that is Squid, who are still on the lead lap and still in decent position overall in this race, just outside the top 10. In fact, Austin is the 10th car in the running order. And they actually have just gained a little time on the leaders. The leaders catch another slow car again? No. But I mean, yeah, this little deal here could work. Pat and Jeff, it does appear. Well, hey, as long as my car manages a top 20 finish, I don't care where it goes. Just let me run the scheme I want to run. I mean, there's our IRL drivers, all grouped up into one pack. It's almost like we have a chat-only race, except some have had some questionable pit strategy as Caleb leads through turn 2. Just finished behind Ash. Yeah, Ash has a side bet going, where if her car finishes behind me, then chat gets to design her next scheme. Which, at the current moment in time, is looking pretty good for Ash. Now, granted, through no fault of anybody's, she didn't even get to run her own scheme today. It is, a little bit terrifying, even though he's done anything stupid yet, to see Evo and Ash's cars this close together because they have had multiple incidents in the past. mainly in the Mazda series, although I feel like everybody had it out for Ash on that one. Even Ash had it out for Ash. Look at the Daytona road course, and we had a good chunk of chatters up there at the front of the field. All pitted with under 5 laps to go. For, as far as I can tell, no reason whatsoever. Oh, yeah. Yep. Gran Turismo was bad. Mazdas were bad until you won the finale. That one always was perplexing. But hey, I mean, you picked a good number here for the NASCAR chat series. 24 is always going to look good up front. Now, Caleb in the 77, I don't know if I can say the same about, but it's a very good-looking Pepsi scheme. Wish they were still in NASCAR. Wish something like that would still run. No, you did not pick the number. You just picked the scheme. But I did ask specifically for cars with the custom number this time around, and you obliged perfectly. You know what we haven't done today, and I guess we're gonna do it on board with Evo, if I'm allowed to here. Oh wait, never mind. There we go, gyro cam. On board yet today. We're on board with our leader. Time to hit the brakes, yeah. I mean, as far as I can tell from the onboard, your car's mirror isn't working. So who's to say if anything's behind you or not? You should at least have a side mirror. They haven't gone digital on those yet. Or have they? Maybe they have, I don't know. So let's think about this. We should be nearing pit stops for this lead group. We're sitting here at, man, let's see. Actually, well, no, hold on. So they pitted under caution after lap 60. So yeah, we're getting near pit stops again. So we'll see how this whole deal shakes out. 5-car breakaway for the moment. Looks like Ash and a lap-down car in Lucas side by side, doing their best to lose the draft, and now it's only a 3-car breakaway as Jordo's kind of dropped back a little bit. We're going to run these out of gas? What are we doing here? I do think the race for... Oh boy, actually, hold on a second. We have got a real chance at a lot of guys' days having some rough times as Evo and Caleb trying to navigate these lap cars just about got it horribly wrong, and I would say they still did. Whoa. Austin flirting with going a lap down for the moment he has. They're now to the inside of Kuzmic. And even Pat is looking at possibly going a lap down as Evo to the pit lane. A little bit earlier than he would have predicted, but the 24 will make it stop now all on its own. That turns over the solo lead to Caleb. And Evo has pitted quite early. And that was also a very quick stop, it felt like. Already left the pit lane. Or at least his pit box. Well, this is where we're going to get interesting. I mean, how long is a pit stop really going to take you? How backed up, how packed up will the field be? Didn't see anybody drop to the apron that time around, and indeed, no. There's another group of cars that very well could go a lap down in this whole scenario. But how long will the pit stop take you here at Talladega? This is about to get real dicey. Jordo trying to go, or actually that's Caleb trying to go around the outside with Red Wings just to lap everybody in that group. Being held up by Haley Deegan, though, that's not going to help matters. Red Wings your leader. I got some help from Kuzmik as we're going to fight to get our lap back. Well, at least for the moment, Kuzmik didn't come down with me. Yeah, let's go check on Evo. Side by side with Dale Jr. He's going to get in here with Natalie Decker, Travis Pastrana, and Carl Edwards, which will at least help out top speed a little bit, you would think. It's way better than running by yourself. No pit stops that time. We're approaching the window of where we kind of thought that these cars had pit. Evo was short pitted for reasons I can't entirely explain. He'll be good to go to the end of the stage, but I think he tried to do something and it just may have backfired a little bit. And yeah, we have got a chat car, or a non-chat car, inside the top 10 in Bobby Labonte. Got the free pass at the end of stage 1. And he's riding around with some slower cars, including some of the first cars that went a lap down, like Mark Martin and Ricky Bobby. Now, Terry Labonte is a different form of slow today, so there's that. Caleb and Dalasan trying to make a move. That didn't work. Caleb for position, Dalasan not. Although Dalasan is trying to get back around me. He's not doing a very good job of it because he should be right in behind the 77. And now it's me and Red Wings. Even though I'm sitting in 10th. That's what we have here today. That's how this race has transpired. Bobby Labonte has pitted. I mean, this is just going to get real chaotic here. 23 to go in the stage. Yeah, I mean, now we're right in that window where you thought they were going to pit anyway. So Bobby Labonte the first to go. And of course, a good chunk of the cars a lap down as well are going to be coming down the pit lane, as it looks like. Is that Jeff coming down the pit lane again? Yes, it is. Is there something wrong with the 55? Trying to take a quick look around this car. Front looks good, or the back looks good. The front looks good. I cannot comprehend that strategy whatsoever. So Jet pits again. I believe his third pit stop of this race. No, we haven't taken a look at the best lap time of the day. Trying to get a feel for who has run the fastest lap. Red Wings with a 48.49. 48.47 for Caleb. And Red Wings is flirting with putting Evo a lap down here with the help of Travis Pastrana. Now, the 71 still does need a pit stop, but he's just doing what he can at the front of the field right now. I don't think Evo will have too much trouble as long as he's got help to get that lap back or at least get in decent position. Still waiting on the 71's pit stop, and it's just not coming. They're still waiting on a good chunk of pit stops, to be fair. We are now about 35 laps away from those pit stops. And, you know, running under caution again, you're not going to use a lot of fuel during that. I think we went green on lap 64, 65, so I guess we really should be counting more from there. We'll get back on the lead lap temporarily in front of Caleb with another car that is fighting to stay on the lead lap. And here we go. Caleb, Dale Jr., Pastrana, Red Wings to the pit lane. Carl Edwards as well. Watch out here. This could be a mess. This could be a mess. Oh, problems in the pit lane as Caleb just turned in to the 71. Now, I guess it's in the pit lane, so we won't throw a yellow, but what in the hell was that? Those are your two leaders. Now, it's a quick stop for Caleb. I mean, I guess you do have the fast repair, but oh, God almighty. That's one stupid fucking way to burn through it. Well, Caleb comes out of the pits as your leader. We'll see if this gets interesting now with the 77 on his own. Let's go back to Evo Cam, who's got Austin in tow. I'm not so sure this is going to work out like everybody had planned. Now, I would be amazed if those cars that did pit very early on here in the stage somehow find the fuel to go the rest of the distance. But right now, it is Caleb and Red Wings, and they apparently want to try and run side by side from the looks of it. Which is about the worst thing you could do right now. Rowdy Burns not for position. Juan Pablo Montoya back on the track. That worked out a whole lot better for you than I thought it would. Up into third place. Around Pat in the 3. Problem becomes, it's these two at the front. That's where the bad shit's gonna come into play. And Squid is very close to going a lap down. Wrecked themselves at lap 118. Pat to the pit lane. Yeah. Terry Labonte as well. Austin, Mark Martin, myself. Well, that was a race for all of a lap there in the midst of these differing pit strategies. Man, oh man. Some boneheaded pit calls. 10th place is 30 seconds off the lead. But now, if you're sitting in third on back, that's a great thing to see right there. The 71 trying to make a move around the outside. That'll do nothing but slow these guys down, even with Squid trying to help out. We're coming to 15 to go here in stage 2. In a race that has turned into pit strategy hell. Boneheaded strategy calls. Squid back on the lead lap, I think, momentarily, but Red Wings makes the pass again. Natalie Decker, I do believe, 2 laps down as $sign's back in the pit lane yet again. Am I? Yeah, where's the turd herder? Oh, right up there. Not too far in front of the leaders. And my car looked like it was flirting with coming down around the pit lane. Yep, $sign also has pitted. There's me in 13th, fitting with the car number, and there's your leader. Although now, Evo has kind of broken up from the 30, or the 71 rather, which can't be good. I do want to check on the $sign car. No, we're good. Lucas goes. Could be another 2-car race for the stage right now between Caleb and Red Wings. Caleb didn't have the usual Chat Series success at Daytona, but another super speedway, and we got a Michigan State car out in front of the field. It's happened twice already in the short history of these chat races. And here we go with that group with Ricky Bobby right there at the end. Terry Labonte, Nikita Mazepin, Pat, and myself. Oddly enough, Evo's pit strategy somehow worked. I mean, he's kind of backed up to the rest of everybody else now. And I'm not really sure what happened to you. Oh, that might explain it. All alone. Not where you want to be. Evo's got Jeff that just continues to pit. He's pitted twice in this stage already. And he pitted early. Yeah, I've heard you need friends in Talladega. I don't know what the fuck the plan is here. Yeah, let's just run 3 wide for no reason. No idea why Deegan went up as high as she did. Oh, there is a slew of calamity approaching this group here. And it's all the lap down cars, the real drivers. What are we doing? 11 to go in the stage. Red Wings leads. The 77 of Caleb on your screen, the only other car that might be a factor, as Kuzmik's in the pit lane again. Of course, we'll just go check on that car. I don't see any damage on it, so we assume a quick stop as we come to 10 to go in stage 2. And we are very nearly approaching only 10 cars or less than 10 cars on the lead lap. But there's so much chaos happening with these lap down cars that it's helping guys like, or cars like me out just a little bit, as Will Power hasn't had much in the way of friends all day long. He's 3 laps down and 30th to 12. Wings has gapped Caleb just a tiny bit here. That pack behind should catch him a little bit. Look at Will Power trying to get his lap back. To only be 2 laps down. The push from Mazepin trying to do the same. Terry Labonte, of course, not a good day. So back to this secondary group. Evo is 4th. Actually, Smee is sitting in 3rd, trapped behind all these lap cars. Even Bobby Labonte is now back to a lap down. As we do near the end of the stage, important to note that Squid is the first car lap down, followed by Austin, Bobby Labonte, then Jeff. So the race for that is kind of back in this area where there isn't a lot going on. It's just Austin and Keselowski grouped up together. Yep, I'm going to assume that Caleb is, by himself for the most part. Did Ash find friends? None to speak of. Absolutely none. Lucas way back there. No. And that could be big time concerning, running around at single car speed. Wow. These pit strategies have been way more chaotic to a race than even crashes have. Like at Daytona, we had just so many stupid crashes. Second stage, well, the second stage ends at lap 120. Got about 14 seconds before you're kind of in lap down territory. 13 seconds. With 5.5 to go in the stage still. Red Wings has gapped Caleb now, who has picked up Ricky Bobby. That'll help out a little bit. But gapped Caleb by 5 seconds. Still gapping him because we all know Ricky Bobby was one of the first cars to go a lap down in this race. That car is not quick. There will be no foot race to the finish line with the 62 today. Well, here we go. That ain't good news. The 71, with help from the 316, is going to push right through. I mean, and we have everybody a lap down up to 10th place now. This is where we head into stage 2 and just be like, I know it's not the right call, but it feels like you gotta do something. Take a wave around if you have to, because it's about your only chance. A shame that this was the debut for that beautiful Tony Stewart's game. Well, it is looking just about solid that Red Wings is indeed going to win this stage. I don't know what would have to happen, because even a yellow flag, I don't think we are going green again. Not with 3 to go on the stage. Stage 2 would end under yellow at this time. Squid has his lap back for the moment, which is good news for me. Puts me, the first car, a lap down in 11th place. Feels like the 71's trying to make a move, both the 316 and the 71. Hitting the apron. Or I can just get my lap back the good old-fashioned way. Did Ash find friends? Yes! Gundy, Dalasan, and Locust. That should keep you on the lead lap. I mean, especially with 2 to go on the stage now, I would think you're relatively safe. They're close, but look at, actually, me and Squid have blown out the 3 and the 71. So the top 12 are on the lead lap for the moment. Yeah, Caleb is bricking almost to the point that, I mean, Evo's whole group there, him and Yo Gamer, might have a chance to get him. Each position a point, so certainly going to be worth it. And Yo Gamer yet again with these high stage finishes. I feel like he's finished in the top 10 in every stage. The only reason he's in the playoff or the points hunt at all. Smee has pitted. Huh. What? You're not supposed to be able to do that, but oh well. I'm not really sure if it's going to work out all that well for him. So here we go, crossing the line to finish stage 2. Red Wings will take the stage win. We're gonna be here a while though. 10th place is 47 seconds back, and 10th place has to cross the line for the stage to go final. So it's gonna be almost a whole nother lap here. But it does appear, at least the top 11. And Smee might actually luck out here, depending on how this all shakes out when the caution goes. He might be the first car a lap down. So that pit stop, although entirely illegal to the normal rules. There's the yellow. There it is. Stage 2 officially over. And your final results. Red Wings wins the stage. Caleb second, Evo in third. Yo Gamer, yet another top 10 stage finish. Jordo fifth out of nowhere. $sign sixth. Gundy seventh. Much needed points there after a last place finish at Daytona. Ash eighth. Myself ninth. Couldn't tell you how. And Squid in 10th. Well, yet again, we don't have anything to look at. It's been an incident-free Jack Links 500 at Talladega. Stage 3 at Talladega begins, and some cars didn't get off very well, or that 36 got a hell of a start on the outside. Oh my goodness, the chaos right off the start. You see these races at Talladega, most everybody holds their formation until at least, you get on the backstretch for the first time. Here, it's just everybody's everywhere. Red Wings cheerleader Gundy has entered the picture for a rare time today. Even though, a good finish in stage 2. And Evo, your leader. Yeah, I don't even think it was really you this time. My 13 car might be a little bit screwed, at least until the 71 came up to help me out. So let's head back to Pat, who is the leader of this secondary group with Squid into 2 cars near the end of the lead lap. And I'm not really sure where the 43 is, trapped behind all those lapped cars. So if there was a second pit stop for the 43, that could be catastrophic because look at the deficit already to the leaders. We're on lap 127 of 188. There's 62, about to be 61 laps to go at Talladega. Caleb will lead the lap. I mean, it's just mostly these same cars that were a factor in stage 2, and then me, for whatever reason, and Yo Gamer that's just been up front all day. And if that car's really going to run this consistent, it is only a matter of time until this 56 wins a race. In terms of drivers that have won races in the history of any of our chat series, whether it be Gran Turismo or the Mazda series last year, or the early stages of this, I don't really count in all that. I did win a Mazda race last year in Laguna Seca, but $sign I don't believe has won. Yo Gamer I don't believe. Caleb has won at least twice, both at Daytona. The season finale of the Mazdas last year at Charlotte. Ash was a Le Mans winner in GT class. So some drivers that have had success mixed in with some drivers that haven't. You go a little bit further back. Pat's won races before. Squid was your champion. It was actually these two in the Mazda series that it came down to the end with. However, Pat decided to shit the bed very early in that finale. Hand the title to Squid. Lucas has won races in, at the very least, Gran Turismo. And yes, there is at least one more pit stop to go in this race. Top 8 close together. 9 and 10 a little bit back. And it's check in on the 43 yet again. 11th place, but stuck in behind Jacques Villeneuve and Rowdy Burns. Mark Martin and Bobby Labonte side by side up top there. They got a little bit of a run coming here. That, of course, the 43 will decide to stick it in behind Mark Martin. That was close there with Villeneuve and Mark Martin seeing a lane to get through. But, I mean, it's almost just got to go caution free, I think, for the 43 to have a chance in this one. Back up to the front of the field, not really much of a change in this top 8 cars. They are kind of getting caught a little bit. Actually, no. I thought Pat and Squid were catching them. That is not the case. 2 seconds back. What is going to happen for it to not be one of these 8 cars? Good news is, unless my 13 wrecks, it'll be a Dick Trickle throwback for the All-Star race, which I'm very excited about. And not the Kmart car showing up unsponsored. Yeah, and I mean, we saw it with Evo's pit stop. I mean, some things that didn't seem like they were going to work throughout this race have worked enough that some cars have kept themselves in the running here in this. Like Evo's pit stop on his own, I didn't give a single chance to work, and yet it did. And then my pit stop, my lack thereof of a pit stop during the stage 1 break, it worked out for a couple of cars, not so much for some of the others. The good news for you, Ash, is that you're here. Make a move to the outside, trying to join that top line. Evo not clear to drop down yet, as the 56 actually makes a move to the top. Which leaves Ash on the bottom, trying to push me to nowhere. And I mean, what a point stay it could be for the 43 as well. And what a point stay it should be. I mean, we already got stage points for this car. But to finish how it did at Daytona, out of the running so quickly to the point that you couldn't even possibly have garnered a stage point in that whole ordeal. And to walk away from Daytona with one singular point, a day like this can certainly turn that around and at least get it trending in the right direction. You could wreck me, although that would be shocking given that we are, I feel like I'm jinxing it, as this day has moved along, incident-free here at Talladega. Much like the rest of this race. Yeah, I mean, we had the incident on pit road, but nothing that we would bring out the yellow for. And I saw those cars entering the pit lane 3 wide, and I'm like, I know. I should not switch off of this. And I mean, with the faster pair, both cars are still in the running, but does that maintain true if we get in a situation like that again? And if the 71 or the 77 does that again on pit road, or is involved in something similar, I mean, it's all over for them, because they're going to be in the pit lane for minutes, likely fixing that damage without that faster pair that they could have used potentially a little later on. An attempted 4-car breakaway. It did not work for the moment, just too chaotic. We're trying to go 3 wide here. I think these 8 cars are going to stay together for the moment. We'll head back to 9th place. Pat and Squid are not losing dramatic time. Last time we checked on them, they were just about 2 seconds back. Now they're about 2.8, 2.9. Nothing too dramatic here. It's enough to certainly keep yourself in the running if you are able to find some friends later on. Yeah, Jordo's still stuck back in this mess. I missed it. I was, of course, up during the stage break, but apparently the 43 car pitted twice, which is why it's in this spot. And Smee, who pitted on lap 120, which again, pits in a regular NASCAR stage racing scenario, we're going to close with 2 to go in the stage. Auto stages doesn't really give me that option. So that did not happen. And Smee pitted on lap 120 and is 1 lap down, despite being on the lead lap before that. That did not seem to make a lot of sense. Back up to the front, and it's the 43 of Gundy in front. And we're flirting with a breakaway. We might just have one. The 48 and the 36 giving it a go. Evo and Caleb got to get on their horse to get things going. Or the 36 needs to try and make a move. But you got 3 cars lined up right now, and the one thing they can't do is what Evo just did. Break it to the outside. We've got to stay in a line here. And I think they've just barely successfully avoided it. Now back to 7th, 8th, and 9th. Or sorry, 6th, 7th, and 8th. We're running 3 wide. Which is the dumbest thing to do, because that's going to allow Pat and Squid to get back in the picture here. Whose bright idea was this? We're going to go 4 wide. Pat around the outside. Pat just went from 10th to 6th in 1 corner. Goodness. Well, now we got to get that back all sorted out, but now the 5-car breakaway. Evo tries to make a move, and I don't know if that's going to work out very well for him. He needs somebody to jump out of line or drop back down in line, which he does. True. Fair. Under 50 laps to go at Talladega. 2 cautions, both the stage breaks. But a complete flip-flop from Daytona, where there were multiple incidents. And Evo might be the odd man out here. I don't know what happened, if they were side by side for too long. He needs somebody to break out of line here in a bad way and really drop out of this group, or at least give him a chance to get back up in it. Wouldn't say that's a very smart decision from the 24. But then again, I mean, these AI, they show it time and time again. It's called artificial intelligence, and they are not very intelligent. 48 of Gundy leads a 4-car breakaway. Obligatory check back on Jordo, 22 seconds off the pace, but has found a car that has shown speed throughout the day in Austin in this little 2-car breakaway. So potentially, there's a bit of a chance. However, still losing time to the leaders. Not what we're after. Yeah, they did. What's going on with them? running how they should, as best they can, but it's just not working. However, Evo should be picked up by these guys here in some moments here. I feel like that's something that we're going to want to look at. Because if Evo continues to drop like this and they do not pick him up, Evo's going to drop all the way back to, let's see here, me, Ash, and Squid, who are 5 seconds back from where Yo Gamer and Pat are. So the 24, about a second in front of Yo Gamer and Pat. And here they come. All he needs is one of them to get stuck behind him, or at least try and pull up right in behind Pat, or the 56 to drop down. There's a chance here for the 24, but the speed difference, I think, is going to ruin that chance. It helped him out momentarily, but now it's all the way back to Squid and this group that is not going to be running as efficiently as the top. The 55 there in Jeff, the 9 in Lucas, not for position. Not even really sure where they came from. Yeah, let's go back and check on Evo. No, I'm thinking not. I do fear. I mean, maybe. There's just not much happening with the interval. You're not losing time, but I don't know if that's enough to really keep you there. And now, a 2-car breakaway at the front of the field. Stage 2 winner, Red Wings. Stage none ever winner, 48 of Gundy. But we are, I would imagine, not there yet, of course, but nearing pit stops. We know there's a stop to be had here in stage 3. And that's where this breakaway could certainly go wrong. Now, actually, look at this. $sign and Caleb have worked together enough to get back up here, which could really open the door. And look at what we have right in front of the leaders. Lapped cars, Natalie Decker and Dale Jr. Red Wings not going to have anything good happen to him here. $sign has got to clear the 48. And there's even more, actually. More lapped cars. This could be catastrophic. Although the 36 is able to navigate around, so is the 71. This $sign will make it through. But does this group actually group up here and slow down the pack for guys like Yo Gamer, Pat, and Evo? And even as far back as Squid, myself, and Ash. Because this right here is nowhere near as efficient. It's just running nose to tail. Nobody makes moves. That there from Willpower could certainly hurt the entire sequence here. Willpower's got to get a toe back up on the back of Mazepin, and I just don't think that's going to happen because look at who's challenging to get by Mazepin here. Now, they're grouped up. And it's ever so slight, but you are seeing that interval come down as Evo is less than a second back from Pat. Kind of just seems like the same rough distance that he's been at the whole time. And it's certainly not a quick move, as Red Wings is taking the lead away. Momentarily, Gundy fighting back on the outside. But now those 3 lead cars are looking to leave those lap cars in the dust yet again. So, it was a good time, and hey, now the good news for those cars behind right now is that Gundy's still side by side. That is slowing this group down tremendously and allowing those lap cars to catch up again. It's not a massive change, but it is allowing cars to get back in the picture, more so than they were. Oh God, Rick Mast has just dropped the anchor on everybody on that inside line. Well, that was great and all, but really, that benefited Natalie Decker and Will Power more than anybody else. Yo Gamer and Pat now about 7 seconds back and gaining. Myself, Ash, and Squid that were 15 seconds back at one point are now about 12 and a half, but I do fear that the 48 and the 71 are going to try it again and might just succeed. And that might even leave the 36 out of the picture. As $sign is dropping considerable time with the 71. Nose to tail, and there it is. You figured one was coming at some point. The first chat debris caution of the day will wave on lap 151. Assuming I can hit the button. There we go. There we go. Third caution in total, the first in the middle of a stage. Well, coming to what could be our final restart. About 10 cars that you'd think are in this. And from the blimp, we'll see if everybody gets going. For the most part, not a great jump from one of the white cars on the outside. That might have been Ash and myself, but really not a great start for anybody as we head down into turn 1. I think they're gonna be in this enough. Let's take a quick look back here. Yo Gamer, Pat, Jordo working together the best they can, but they're side by side with the 56. Gotta get a run. Gotta catch that lead pack. As it was Squid. No, Squid's here. But so is Ash, actually. So, I mean, for the most part, I think we got away relatively, I mean, the best that we probably could. Coming around to finish lap 156, it is Red Wings in the top spot. Never mind, Ash right there at the very end will lead yet again. The redeemer of the debris caution works out in her favor, at least for the most part, or at least for the moment, rather. 10 cars that you'd think would be a factor are right up here. This organization on that outside line, 36, bumped up the racetrack, of course, by yours truly. And looking to make a third line is the 36. Not yet. 71 will drop to the bottom. Got help from the 56 and Yo Gamer on the outside. There's 2 cars enough taking the long way around here at Talladega. Ash to the middle lane. No help yet. '71 may have been the best car all day. And that car is in pretty good position now to win this race at the end. Your stage 2 winner in Red Wings. And we're flirting with that 4-car breakaway again. But Caleb around the outside. If they get stuck side by side, which they do on their own, that probably isn't going to go very well. 48 being on the outside is going to bring everybody right back into this. 56 around the outside. And up into 4th or 5th, actually dropping back to 6th. The help ran out. Caleb in the 77, your leader. It may not feel like it, because we've been here a while. But there is still a good chunk of this race to go. 30 laps to go, coming to 29. I swear to God, again, if the turd herder fucking wins this race, this car doesn't deserve to win. He takes a lot of shit, you know. To the outside with no help. $, another consistent car at the front of the field today. Squid and Pat are really, I think, flirting with losing this group. They are not helping each other out. They're going to get a run to stay with us for the moment. Watch out. Ash and the 36 are trying. Good run on the outside from the 71, the 48, and the 3. Might prevent that breakaway. Red Wings will pull in behind Ash. Jump out to the outside. Ash goes with him, but then drops back to the inside. Leaves the 71 with no help. And there was definitely something, I don't know, somebody made a move that they probably shouldn't have back there, because now you look at Squid and Gundy. Gundy's slow. And I mean really slow. No damage on that car. Back up to the front. Pat's doing his best to hang on an 8th spot. This is how I always saw these chat races go in my head, is all of us just sitting there battling for the lead at the end. Push from Red Wings back up to the lead, and I'll probably just drop anchor at the front of the field. The turd herder is out in front. No, it's not. Well, yeah, we should, by the way, let's give a quick check here on Evo. He's with Jeff and with Bobby Labonte. But, I mean, we're looking at... I have actually no idea what the gap is. You can see that ticker fly around again. 7 seconds. Go back up to the top of the board. 7 seconds, but actually losing time to the leaders, as a guy I thought lost the draft in Squid is back out in front. 9 cars are still in this. '71 just scared the living shit out of me. Back and forth, and then falls back in line as Squid will retake the lead. Drop to the bottom, open up the outside for me and Ash. Me and Ash working together momentarily. 25 laps to go. Maybe that's why I was smart to just get out of the way. Right now, it's just everybody freight training each other, dropping to the bottom. which is going to leave this. If this just continues to happen, we'll have a race down to the very end. But if anybody tries to break away, that might not be very fun. Jordo back in the picture out of nowhere. He's riding around to the back of this pack. Checking in on Jeff. Put a little bit of a wider camera here. Oh, they got a whole damn pack with them. Now, yes, they will catch Gundy, but this group needs a breakaway. They need somebody, preferably Jeff and Evo, to get out of this and peace out. 24 to go. Jeff to the outside. All on his own. 24 needs to find help. Because the 55 and the 24 are gonna have the speed to get there. They just need to hook up and get a little bit of luck. As aforementioned, we knew it was happening. Dougie will be caught by this group. And this could be exactly what this group needs, except Evo's trying to go around everybody. There's still a chance here. Jeff's trying to get away. 23 laps to go as we'll head back to the front where we have caught lap traffic, and this is usually where things go horribly wrong. Although Smee is included in this. Yeah, just who we need to potentially mess us up right here at the end. 22 laps to go. Picked up Boston over there on the outside, who really should be in this race for the win. It was a car with a ton of speed in the early going. Some bad pit strategy. It hurt the 4 way more than it hurt me. Pat to the lead. Your points leader. Nobody wants to see this. It's okay, guys. I got it. Turd Herder is here to save the day. Whoa. A lot of dicey racing back, mid-pack. Yo Gamer, D. Kuzmic, that is not for position. The 33 sitting in second place now, going around the outside. We'll give a toe to Caleb that is. 20 laps to go. The debris caution, phantom debris caution, cannot be used from this point forward. There are some more lap cars up the road that will play a factor in this finish, you would imagine. That's your leader. Caleb comes back on the inside with a 4-car drop down. This will be a tough one to call the winner because we do have the lap cars mixed in here. Yeah, desperately. Oh, however, would you look at what's going on? Now, this could be a bit of a problem because with 3 cars, you always run that risk of somebody jumping out of line. But this is exactly what that group needed to do. Those 3 cars that are still in this race had to group up together, and they have to stay together if they are going to have any chance in this one. 19 to go is plenty of time, and especially with how quickly they are digging into that gap to the front. It's certainly not quick, but I think it's going to be quick enough. You make up a second a lap, you're going to be right up there again. You just cannot get caught up in lap traffic. You have to navigate it cleanly. These cars here could certainly throw a wrench into the plans. And even though they're just riding around in line, I feel like this is the most intriguing thing happening on the track right now. Because the second somebody pulls out from this group, this whole run is all done. At least for one of the cars. Potentially all of them. Now, the good news for this group is that I do believe all those lap cars that got ate up by the lead pack have stayed with the lead pack, as they are definitely closing that gap at a clip that they can get back in this thing. That was about a second and a half that time. They're on the same straightaway. And just look at in the few laps since they broke away, look at the distance they put on that other pack. Inside of 8 seconds. Yo Gamer is your leader up at the front of the pack. Ash just made a move to second. Now that pace in which they were closing has slowed just a little bit, which is concerning. And I'm not even really sure why. Now it's not okay. Now it actually just glitched all the way back to kind of where I thought it might be. Everybody up there is all running in just that same type of pack. No! Oh my goodness! I was looking at the ticker, and we've got to move around. Gundy broke formation. Now, this could still be okay, but this is going to put a big damper on any chances we had. And Evo's just got to drop back in line. Jeff's going to get the run here. Evo's got to drop back in line. Or they're just going to run side by side. Oh. Oh, no. All right. Jeff should get a run here. Somebody just get a run so you people can form back up. Please. I mean, you're losing time now. You're back to 8 seconds back. Actively running yourself out of time. Like, Evo, just lift off the gas a little bit, please. Come on. Come on, 55. Get the run. Somebody do anything. We lost the second lap there. We've got to form back up. We got to form back up soon as we head back to the front of the field. And we're just going to watch that 10th place gap drop until they form back up. The good news is this lead group is still intact. There have been no breakaways. There has been no anything else. Yo Gamer, your leader. Ash pushed around the outside, actually following in behind the lap car of Kuzmic. And look at Austin helping Ash back up to the front. No, you were back in line, actually. And then you made the move to the outside that time. For what reason, I can't tell you. But if this group was just smart, they could have had a chance. And if they still can't. They can get back up there, but they have to run in a train for probably about 10 laps to have a chance here. There's a little bit of a split in the pack, which is not what we want to see. There's your Daytona 500 winner, the 43. is in front here in this one. With help from Red Wings, 2 lap cars are getting in the way on the bottom lane. "12 laps to go at Talladega." The good news is, at least out on the horizon, there isn't really a threat of any more lap traffic to come into play. Caleb with a toll from Kuzmic again as these lead lap cars just continue to use the 33. Now watch out here. I would say watch out. But he's got to get grouped back up together again, form a run. Otherwise, well, Squid side by side with Smee. Dodged the bullet there. There will be no breakaway for the moment. We're going 3 wide down the back. A push from Dollar Sign sends my car to the lead. As Pat and Yo Gamer are kind of getting screwed for the moment in amongst most of the lap cars. Just about everybody that's a factor in this thing has made it through except Pat and Yo Gamer. And then Kuzmic just hanging off the back of this. Pat's going to use Smee to get back up into it. And the good news for the 56 is that it would be a top 10 finish after 2 good stage point days. Bad news is Pat is still going to beat you on track for the moment. Although the 56 is right back into this with 10 to go. Red Wings leads down the back. Gonna take something catastrophic to not have one of these 10 cars win something here today. Check on these goofs. They are still goofing. Looks like Gundy made the move to the outside this time. They have lost 10 seconds since Gundy ever made that move to the outside. We are back up in the front of the field, and I don't really think there's a reason to go anywhere else. Suppose we could do one final check on the back of the pack that has split up a good bit. There's another little mini pack there. Another one back here. And Terry Labonte and it looks like one Pablo Montoya running together. And they may actually be a factor in this finish. It feels like they're that slow. The 23 on the outside is not for position. Jordo leads with 8 to go. The fellow Spartan Caleb coming around the outside. Austin was kind of in that group trying to push, and I don't know if he just decided he was going to try and get out of the way or what it was, but he pieced out. I swear to God, if this entire group pits for no reason. What if... Let's talk about this strange but oddly possible reality that Evo pitting and screwing himself, at least so we thought, is actually one of the only cars on track that can make it on gas. That would be very shocking. But we do know that it's close. It's probably close for some people. You do have to know that you got enough gas. But at that point, run it empty. Don't come down pit lane. Pat, your leader. Winner in both our Gran Turismo series at Mount Panorama. And as we're 3 wide back there, that can't mean good things. Oh my goodness, we could have about a 6-car breakaway for the win. If that's going to wind up being the case. However, lap traffic to play a factor. And it looks like Jordan with a 43 is the only one that's going to get around it all. For the moment, that is true. Montoya and Labonte throw an absolute anchor on the field. And the 43 might just be able to push the 33 to another super speedway win. I'm not so certain. Good line on the bottom. They need a run. Could just be depth perception. I don't think they're getting it. Look who's leading these 2 lines. Terry Labonte, the slowest car on track all day. And Smee. All right, now we feel like we're moving somewhere. Feel like we're doing something to get this pack back into it. And yes, here comes the 36 of $, myself, Yo Gamer, Caleb. No breakaway to end this race just yet. Whoa, 43 breaks it up. We could have a big pack here at the end of this, even though only 9 cars are a factor. We have 4 laps to go as we enter turn 3 here. 3 wide, lap cars mixed in, the 33 breaking up everything, making moves, even though not much to race for the Wheeling car. Oh my gosh. Oh no, Caleb. Oh no, Caleb. He is pitted with 3 laps to go. The nightmare scenario, at least for some, has come true as Ash is back into second. 3 to go. And to the outside trying to get around $. You're not going to break away like this. So barring any other boneheaded pit stops, we should have a good group of cars here to end this thing. Nobody drops down that time. Good news is $'s back to the point. 2 to go. Ash will lead the lap. Pat, of course, also a winner back in the Mazda series at one of the worst races we ever did at the Indy Road Course. I can't believe I'm saying this. Entering turn 3 with 2 to go, the turd herder leads. Pat's trying to get a run, and he's going to get some help from behind with Smee. 2 wide, equal lane. Smee makes a move to the outside. That's not a good idea. The inside line with the momentum has become the 1 to go at Talladega. Something tells me the turd herder ain't winning. Oh, we got lap traffic in front. Lap traffic in front. Chaos on the horizon. I break away. Ash with a move. She'll drop to the bottom. Smee coming down to help. And Smee might just trap Ash on the bottom. Ash with a move to the outside with help from Smee. Smee might try and make the pass out of turn 4, but unsponsored, unfortunately, The City Chevrolet colors not on. We could have a race to the line, but Ash will win at Talladega. I was scared as hell that Ash was going to sit in behind my car. And not only that, assuming that the 46 scheme wants to load up for the next race, that means, sadly, no chat designed scheme. It has been a long time coming for the 46 car and for Ash in these chat series races. Car has been up here in the front so many times, and something stupid has happened every single time. And yes, the water bottle toss, the roll bar padding, whatever it was, is going to earn the 46 the win with a last lap pass. This here is the move for the win. Lap traffic in behind the 13, had to check up. And then I was so worried because you're not going to be able to see it, but the 23 of Smee is making a run on the 46 here and just is going to barely make that move with the help from behind. And that is the pass for the win. As we head back to it. And, I mean, cars got close again because Smee was kind of hanging right on the corner panel there. I made a run, but Thalassine just a little bit too late to get to me, and by a car length. Ash in the 46 is your winner at Talladega.